And now it's the all-British light heavyweight fight we've all been waiting for. Buatsi and Azeez meet at Wembley Arena in the WBA World Title Final Eliminator. Join us now, another former World Cruiserweight Champion. A very good morning to the brilliant Johnny Nelson. Johnny, morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Morning, boys. Morning. I've just woken up.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it.
So I get you on FaceTime. I thought, I'm going to get some clothes on.
So Johnny, how do you see this going? I listen to the guys. It sounds as if they're trying not to like each other. I know when the bell goes, but I think there's a bit of respect, isn't there? A lot of respect. But how do you see who's favourite, Johnny? Who do you make favourite?
Listen, these guys are frenemies. They don't not dislike each other. I'm quite sure when the bell has gone, friendship will resume, but there'll always be that little elephant in the room. You did this, you did that. So I don't think it's anything. It doesn't have to be like that anyway to get it such a good fight. And this is why I think this fight, you've got two very honest pros that have a dream for their career, especially Joshua Buatsi is number one in the world. Wanted to step on to fight for world title. Number two, coming up behind him, Azeez. Dan used to spar with him. Dan was... they know each other, both from South London. So there's bragging rights at stake as well. Buatsi, at one point, he was held, I called him, this guy was like a young version of Vander Holyfield. Dan, I feel for him because Dan, he probably has gone the same path as most of us did, where he's had to do it the traditional way. It wasn't the British Commonwealth European. It wasn't. People didn't big him up and say this guy potentially from turning professional is going to be X, Y, Z. So you've got two fighters, one with a chip on his shoulder, and the other one thinking this kid's not going to do me. So this is why it's so exciting. I think Buatsi is a skillster. He's got all the skill in the world, and Danny's smart enough to know that he's got to try and put pressure on Buatsi to get involved in a fight. If you and me had a tear up and we both had beer glasses in our hands, it's a case of who hits who first. It's not about skill. So I've got to talk you into having a scrap, and oh no, you've got to talk me into having a scrap, and I've got to make you try and box because I'll box your ears off. And so that's what Dan's got to do. He's got to draw Buatsi into a tear up, and if he draws him into a tear up, that's when the fun starts. And Buatsi's got to be disciplined not to do that. Because he knows him from back in the day. So, but it's an intriguing fight, a lovely fight.
I'm looking forward to it. Johnny, I'm glad you got up early this morning because you're on the big show. Because Eddie Hearn was on some other show yesterday, and he had a message for you when appearing on, what's it called? Drive. Have a listen to this.
I saw the piece yesterday with Johnny Nelson and Spencer Oliver. I mean, firstly, I think you guys are banned from pretty much everywhere, in boxing right now, other than with me. I'm always here for you, don't worry. But, Johnny Nelson was adamant that Fury had been dropped in sparring by Jai Opetaia. Jai Opetaia is with Matchroom. He's a cruiserweight. He's a tremendous fighter. As far as I'm concerned, it's absolute rubbish.
So, John, is he telling porkies?
The devil in the detail. No, the devil's in the detail, number one. Number two, I said before, promoters stick to talking about promoting. Managers stick to talking about managing. Fighters stick to talking about fighting. So when I say a fight is being giving his arse in sparring, did I say he got put down? I've heard the rumours about him getting put down. I'm saying he's been manhandled in sparring. So the devil's in the detail. So when Eddie does that himself, and he'll play with words, well, you've been treated to something that you've seen yourself. I know from two reliable sources from within the camp that Tyson's had a rough time. I know that. So. And Eddie's jumping on that for whatever reason he wants to do. And Eddie's a great promoter. He's one of the best ones out there. But don't play with me with that. Because we're only talking about boxing. I'll run rings around you. But I think you're a brilliant promoter. So we'll see. We'll see when it comes to fight night. We'll see if there's any truth in this at all. I'm sure it'll come out. And the one thing that made me think, well, really? Tyson Fury has been uncharacteristically very, very quiet in the build-up for this fight. Now, he's either all of a sudden matured and say, no, I'm going to knuckle down and get on with the job. And we all know that nobody tells Tyson Fury what to say or do. So Tyson Fury will do what he wants to do because he wears his heart on his sleeve. And he knows it's a tough fight. So maybe he's knuckled down because he knows it's a big fight.
Johnny, when you say you hear, rumours and vibes that it's not going well, what are we talking about here? That he can't get up for it or he's looking a bit sluggish? What are we talking about?
Sluggish performances in sparring. That's what I'm talking. If I say too much, you're not going to know where it came from, and someone's going to get in trouble. And that's it. But look at the stuff around it. If his dad's complaining about training camp, his brother's complaining about backslappers, you've got to think to yourself, well, if they're saying it, why are they saying this thing there? But then when you hear stories like this from not one person but two, from two reliable sources, you think, all right. Now you're not supposed to tell tales on what happens inside the gym, but I'm not in the gym anymore. so I can give you half of the story. And as far as I'm concerned, I've always said Tyson Fury beats Usyk, but then from the last performance, that Tyson Fury can't turn up.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing happening in the ring, in the gym, I'm hoping it's rumours set alight by Tyson's team. I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping that's the case because I want the Brit to win.
Yeah.
But I'm just passing. Don't shoot the messenger.